Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, in honor of the MLB season kicking off in just 3 days, I'm going to be predicting every single MLB team's record. Essentially, I should say how many wins each MLB team will get. Again, MLB season, I just thought it would be a fun video since it's literally 3 days before the MLB season kicks off, so we're going to have some fun with this. Couple disclaimers as usual. If you disagree with anything, please let me know down in the comments your personal opinions, and also don't forget to follow me on X now. The link is in the description below, so without further ado, let's predict every single MLB team's wins. Cue the intro. Alright guys, here we are at the good old-fashioned tier list, and the columns look a little something like this. In the top, we have the teams that I think will win 90-plus games. Then we have in the 80s for wins. Then we have in the 70s. And then we have in the 60s. And then we have the teams who I think will win 50 or below games. Sound good? Alright, let's start with the Boston Red Sox. And I think you guys are going to win 85 games. You guys have done so much this offseason. Alex Bregman, and you guys improved your bullpen. You guys even added who I think will be the American League Cy Young winner, Garrett Crochet. My only real concern is that you guys have playmakers, but you guys are lacking that big playmaker. You guys need a Ohtani, or you guys need a Judge. I'm not saying Rafael Devers is not a big playmaker, but he's not as good as those top tier guys. You do have enough young star talent to hopefully win you 85 games, hopefully a wild card position. Alright, next up we have the Los Angeles Dodgers. 100 wins. You're bugging if you think anything else. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, Teoscar Hernandez, added Michael Conforto. Ohtani's gonna be back pitching. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell, what's his name? Tyler Glasnow, even though I don't really know how healthy he'll be. You guys literally have the best roster in the MLB. You're like the Eagles. Best roster equals championships. And you guys have done the most this offseason, and I think you're going to do the most this season. Alright, now we got the Athletics. And just so you know, I did add a 100s column because, I feel like it's only fair. But I feel like now we got the Athletics. And honestly, I'm going to post you guys at exactly 75 wins. This was such a weird year last year. They were exactly like the Carolina Panthers. The previous year, terrible, awful, the worst team I've ever laid my eyes on. The next season, not great, but did really improve. And honestly, I have the same motto for you guys and the Carolina Panthers. You guys have young talent. You guys are going to do something special. You guys are not going to be the same team that you were 2 years ago. And that is why I think you guys will win 70-75 games. You guys have a bright future, but you just have to be patient. Alright, now we have the putrid White Sox. 30 or 40 wins. I'm going to say 35 wins. You guys literally have the worst baseball roster I've ever laid my eyes on. You guys may have a few playmakers in there like Luis Robert. I'm sure I'm missing others. But your guys' actual team looks like you tried to create an expansion team on MLB The Show and use the league's remaining free agents on there. Alright, and now we got the good old Orioles, and I'm posting you guys at exactly 92 wins. You guys, again, the exact opposite of what I said about the White Sox. You guys have the youngest, at least one of the youngest rosters in the MLB, and you guys have the most potential. Gunnar Henderson, monster. Adley Rutschman, monster. My only concern with you guys is your pitching staff. Your guys' top guy is Zach Eflin. Now, I'm not saying he's bad, but he's nowhere close to some of the top guys in the league. Hey, at least you guys are going to get Felix Bautista back. That is a huge plus. But how healthy will Gunnar be? How healthy will all of those guys be? We don't really know. If they are healthy, you guys will win, as I said, 92 games. Alright, and now we got the Angels. I'm sorry, you guys are winning 65 games. Trout's probably going to get hurt, before like mid-May, maybe. I mean, I don't know. And also, if I'm being completely honest about this team, if it wasn't for Mike Trout popping off early in the season, I don't think I would have thought about you guys one bit. I'm sorry. Maybe that's out of pocket. Maybe there are a couple playmakers. I know they got that one great pitcher in the offseason, but their whole roster, besides the White Sox, just ugh. All right, now we got the Cardinals. Again, I'm sorry, but again, 79 wins. I mean, I don't really believe in you guys at all. And again, Mason Wynn, like, if it wasn't for Mason Wynn, I don't think I would have thought about you guys one bit. I mean, losing Paul Goldschmidt, that sucks. Yeah, I get that. But, like, it's the fact that your guys' other players besides Paul Goldschmidt that weren't performing is what's hurting you guys the most. Like Nolan Arenado, clearly not the player he was years ago. And Sonny Gray, he's getting up there in age too. Ryan Helsley, you're cool. Mason Wynn, you're cool. But the rest of the roster just old and broken down. I'm sorry. And now we got the good old Nationals. I'm sorry. I mean, again, you guys have a very good roster. But I'm posting you guys at exactly 80 wins, which shouldn't be too bad considering your roster. I mean, James Wood, we don't know how healthy C.J. Abrams is going to be, but hey, you guys, again, do have some playmakers, like Luis Garcia, second baseman, like arguably probably your guys' best player right now. I mean, again, that may be out of pocket, but I think you guys have a solid thing going. I mean, I think you guys are going to win exactly 80 to maybe 79 games, around there. I mean, you pick one, but again, just your roster, not that terrible, if I'm being completely honest. And now we got the Atlanta Braves. Again, as much as I don't want to say it, the Braves are going to win the division. They're probably going to go far in the playoffs again. They're going to win over 100 games. Because, I mean, like the Dodgers, this is just one of the most inspiring offenses I've ever seen. I mean, Spencer Strider, Ronald Acuna Jr., even though he's not coming back till later, like, you guys are going to get those guys back. And even without those two guys, you guys won 90 games last year. Like, you guys were absolutely unstoppable last year. Well, not literally unstoppable, but you guys, again, found a way to make it work with the guys that you had. And, yeah, that's why with that fully healthy roster, you guys may be the best team in the entire MLB. All right, and now we got the Texas Rangers. I'm going to post you guys at 90 wins. I think you have a good enough roster. If Jacob deGrom comes back healthy, then I feel like that pitching rotation is going to be absolutely unstoppable. Marcus Semien may have had a down year, but again, I wouldn't be too worried. And of course, let's not forget the man himself, the GOAT, Corey Seager. Of course, he's going to pop off. And yeah, with a fully healthy roster, I mean, like last year, you guys kind of had a World Series hangover. But with a fully healthy roster, you guys should be back to normal. And I have you guys actually winning the division. And again, another 70 team, we got the Twins. I'm posting you guys at 78 wins. Again, just another roster that just can't not stay healthy. I mean, like Royce Lewis cannot stay healthy. Byron Buxton cannot stay healthy. You guys don't have a pitching rotation. I mean, again, Jaron Duran, I mean, in your bullpen, he's fine. But just, again, no pitching rotation, no, like, elite hitters. I just don't think you guys will be as good, if not worse, than what you're supposed to be. And maybe this will come back to haunt me, but I just don't think you guys are that good. I'm sorry. All right, and now we got the Guardians. I'm gonna go 80. I'm gonna go 89 wins. Well, you say that's fair. I mean, not the best roster, but again, the roster's not terrible. They got a lot of good power hitting. They got Jose Ramirez. They got that big DH. I forget his name. They got Steven Kwan. They got a decent pitching. Shane Bieber should be healthy. But just, again, you guys also have the best bullpen in the entire MLB. You guys also have, like, in my opinion, the best fielding roster in the entire MLB. And with the good offense and defense, you guys also have chances to be absolute monsters this season. Right now, we got the New York Mets, and honestly, I'm going to go a solid 93 games. I mean, I believe in you guys a lot. I mean, Juan Soto, that's awesome. Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, that's the big three that you guys have. Kodai Senga should be healthy. You guys brought back Jesse Winker, Brandon Nimmo, Mark Vientos. Like, your roster is just absolutely loaded. It's just that not as loaded as the Braves. I'm sorry, but like the Braves have a better roster. I don't think you guys are gonna be bad, but I just think like the Braves are gonna win the division. But you guys, honestly, I have a feeling you guys might go further than them in the playoffs because you guys will pop off and get hot before the Braves do. After the Braves do, so that is why I think you guys will go further than the Braves in the playoffs. Overall, it's just a very toss-up between these two teams. All right, now we got the Yankees, and honestly, I'm gonna go with a solid 94 wins here. I mean, losing Garrett Cole for this season that sucks. But like, why do people think you guys got Max Fried? Why do people think you guys traded for Cody Bellinger? Why do people think you guys got Paul Goldschmidt? Why do people think you guys got Devin Williams? Why do you guys think you guys got Carlos Rodon? Because you're trying to fill in the holes that you guys lost. You guys are actually doing stuff in free agency. Much what I think that much I wish the Phillies would do. But I just feel like the Yankees, everything they lost, like they needed a first baseman, bam. They got Paul Goldschmidt, even though he's not the best option. You guys need better bullpen? Bam, you guys got Devin Williams. You guys needed a center fielder to replace Judge when he moves to replace Juan Soto? Bam, you guys got Cody Bellinger. You guys did everything you needed to do, and you guys will win the division once again. Alright, and now we got the Kansas City Royals. You guys already know how they're not going to win 100 games. I mean, let's be real here. But you guys already know how I feel about the Kansas City Royals. They're going to win 91 games, but it's going to be, those wins are going to be later, and they're going to pop off and get hot late season, and then they're going to make a run in the playoffs. I mean, you guys obviously have, honestly, my favorite player in the entire league. You got Bobby Witt. I mean, he's a big one. You guys added Jonathan India. You guys still have a hell of a rotation. Cole Reagan, Seth Lugo. You guys have Michael Massey, Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez. I mean, you guys have some really, really good talent. It's just, the question is, can you execute it? And my answer is yes. Alright, and now we got the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm sorry, you guys are so bad. That's just another roster that is just so uninspiring. It's not even funny. Other than Yandy Diaz, I mean, you guys just, Brandon Lowe, he's fine, I guess, but you guys added Danny Jensen? I mean, he's going to be hurt. We know Shane McClanahan is not going to be healthy, and besides Shane McClanahan, you guys literally have no pitching whatsoever. You guys are not going to be that good this year. Alright, now we got the Brewers. I'm going to 88 wins. I mean, I still think, like, with all the key parts that you lost, I still think you guys are going to be a pretty scary team to play in the playoffs. That is, if you make it there. But we know that Christian Yelich, he won't be playing defense. He's going to be moved to DH because of his injury. You guys have the best catcher, at least. You guys moved around a couple players, you know, like Bryce Terang and all those guys. And, of course, let's not forget about the young up-and-coming star Jackson Chourio. Rhys Hoskins, a good power hitter. Like, you guys have like a lot of scary talent, and that's why I don't think you guys are gonna fall off that much, though. Alright, and now we got the Astros. I'm sorry, this is maybe a little bit underwhelming, but 82 wins. I mean, you guys got absolutely rocked this offseason. Like, losing Alex Bregman and Kyle Tucker, like literally some of the two most instrumental players on your entire team, like, that's gonna hurt you guys a lot more than you guys say it is. And also, pitching staff, like, Framber Valdez, besides him, like, who else do you guys have? Josh Hader's clearly not the same as he was all those years ago. And again, Framber Valdez, besides that, who? Alright, and now we got the Tigers, and honestly, I'm going to put you guys at exactly 86 wins. I mean, again, a roster that just has so much potential. I mean, obviously, you guys have who I consider a top 2 pitcher in the entire league, Tariq Skubal, Matt Vierling, Gleyber Torres, Spencer Torkelson, even though he didn't do that good last year, Parker Meadows, Riley Green. Honestly, Riley Green, I have a feeling, is going to be an absolute monster. More of a monster than he already was. Jake Rogers, Cole Keith, not too good. But overall, just like, I feel like you guys are going to do what the 2022 Phillies did. You guys are gonna like, you know, pop off, make a run in the playoffs, but show some promise, and then next year you guys are gonna absolutely be great. And you guys honestly have the potential to be great. You guys were patient enough to go through that process, and now that the process is over, you guys are gonna be a good team. And now we got the Rockies. I'm sorry, 40 wins. You guys are so terrible, and it's honestly unbelievable. There's nothing else to say. Again, your roster has like 1 or 2 playmakers on it, and that is it. I do not think you guys will be good, and I don't think you guys are going to be good for the foreseeable future. Maybe in the next 5, maybe next in like 10 years or so, but get ready for an audacious process. Right, and now we got the Marlins. Oh, dude, again, they're so terrible. I mean, 62 wins maybe. That's just another team. I mean, okay, of course. I mean, you got Xavier Edwards, Jesus Sanchez, Sandy Alcantara's coming back after 2 horrid, putrid seasons. I get that. But just your actual team, again, just the MLB The Show thing. You guys, your whole roster looks like the remaining league's free agents. Like, I just don't get how you guys think you will win any more than around the 60s games. Again, maybe you guys could pop off. Maybe this will come back to bite me. I'm not really sure, but just Marlins fans, I'm sorry. Well, you're in my division, so not sorry. Alright, and now we got the Diamondbacks. Honestly, I think you guys are going to win 90 games. I think you guys are going to be really good. I mean, again, you guys added an ace pitcher in Corbin Burns. You guys have a lot of great hitting talent. Of course, Ketel Marte had a career season. Corbin Carroll, I fully expect him to make a big bounce back. And again, just you guys lost Christian Walker, but also added Josh Naylor, and that's why. Just not Josh Naylor, but I just think you guys are a nice young team, and you guys, but if I'm being completely honest, you guys have basically done the same thing the past 3 years. I mean, the past 2 years, I should say. You just win 90 games. You guys did go to the World Series, but you guys win 90 games, and why should I, honestly, with this roster, why should I expect anything else, if I'm being completely honest? Right, and now we got the Chicago Cubs. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I think you guys have the opportunity to be absolute monsters. I have you guys pegged as a 91 win team, but you guys honestly have the opportunity to go to the World Series. I maybe that's jumping the gun a little bit, but like these offseason moves, like these are insane. Of course, adding Kyle Tucker, who honestly could be a top 10 player in the entire league. Nico Horner, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, Shotei Imanaga, Ryan Presley. Like, your roster is loaded with talent. Right, and now we got the Cincinnati Reds, and if I'm being honest, I think you guys are a 77 exact win team. I mean, you got, of course, Ellie De La Cruz. He's a great player, but just the rest of the team, not really that inspiring. I mean, of course, Hunter Green's really starting to develop, but just the rest of the roster, again, besides Ellie De La Cruz, not necessarily a jaw-dropping roster. I know rosters don't really determine anything. everything, but they really do play a big part. And I mean, you guys are not going to be a bad team, but I just don't think you guys are going to be as good as the two other guys, like the Brewers and the Cubs. All right, now we got the Blue Jays, and I'm actually going to do the same thing I did with the Reds. I mean, again, just you guys have a good, talented player, like obviously Ellie and Vladdy, and a couple decent pitchers, but your actual hitting and stuff like that just not really that great. I mean, we also have no idea how healthy Bo Bichette's gonna be, and again, just not really that inspiring of a roster. The Blue Jays, I mean, obviously you guys got Anthony Santander, but he's more of like a home run or nothing player, if I'm being completely honest. Alright, and now we got the Phillies. No cap here. I'm actually going to go solid... I'm actually going to go a solid 93 wins. We'll have the same as the Mets, but the Mets will get the season series over us, and they will get the edge. But the Phillies... I mean, I just think we're going to do the same thing we've done the past 3 years. We're going to win over 90 games, get blown out by the Braves and Mets the entire season. We're going to go into the playoffs limping, and then we're going to choke and collapse. Like, we can't do, like, we haven't done anything in free agency. We haven't done anything in free agency for the past 2 years in a row. I mean, again, like, we don't have that much cap space, but, like, Max Kepler, I would think that Dave Dombrowski would be able to sign one good player, just one, but no. You had to not sign anybody, and now we're going to go into the season with the same roster we've done for the past 4 years in a row now. Like, I hate this. All right, now we got the Mariners. I'm gonna give you guys a solid 87 wins. I mean, Julio Rodriguez, I don't expect him to have another season like he did last season, because that wasn't the Julio Rodriguez that we've seen. But I just feel like your roster is good enough. You have arguably, in my opinion, the best rotation. Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and there's nothing else to say. Like, the Seattle Mariners will be absolute monsters, and I have a feeling that they could go further in the playoffs than the Rangers. I also forgot to mention Logan Gilbert's even a stud. Victor Robles bat above 300. I mean, who in the hell saw that coming? All right, and now we got the Giants. I'm sorry, 79 wins. I mean, again, this may be a very big hot take, though. I don't think Willy Adames is going to make your team all that much better. I mean, of course, yeah, he's good, but just he's not like a top player in the league, and he certainly is not a just top-tier guy that I would beg to have on my roster. And besides him and Matt Chapman on your hitting, pretty garbage. Now we got the Pirates. I mean, again, just says somewhere between the 60s, probably 64 wins at least. I mean, shout out to Paul Skeens, you're cool, but the rest of your pitching rotation, pretty garbage. And besides Brian Reynolds on the hitting, also pretty garbage. And ending now, we have the San Diego Padres. I'm going to paste you guys at exactly 89 wins. You guys lost some key players this season, but again, besides that, your roster is absolutely loaded. I mean, Michael King, Dylan Cease, Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, Jackson Morrell. I mean, you guys just have much like the Dodgers, you guys have probably one of the most loaded rosters I've seen. And just with just a couple losses, I don't think it's going to affect you guys as much as people are saying it will. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for my MLB team's win predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and also feel free to voice yourselves in the comments. In the meantime, I'm going to get this video ready for you guys to watch. Have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you all guys the next time I upload. Peace.